Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor. Hi everyone, welcome back to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. This is my weekly meal plan episode. If you are new here, this is a quick episode that I do every Wednesday where I share my family's meal plan with you for the upcoming week. The idea is just to give you some ideas of some things to make or just kind of give you some motivation to get your meal plan together. I rotate meals certain days of the week for the most part on a regular basis, and then I have other meals that I just kind of fill in the gaps on the other days of the week. So you can also find a full blog post of this meal plan on my website at lolasfrugallife.com, and you can find links to any of the recipes that I share in this episode. Also, I did share this in my regular weekly episode on Monday, but I also just wanted to share this here too because it was specifically related to meal plans. So I recently just got a new rating and review on Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate when I get these because it makes a big difference in getting the show out to more listeners. And since this review specifically was titled Meal Plans, I thought it would be appropriate to share during this episode too. So the review was left by, I think it's Mrs. P. Hop or Mrs. Pop, or I'm not exactly sure how to say the name, but it says, Lola is very down to earth and easy to listen to. She has a lot of good ideas, and I enjoy listening to the meal plans to get ideas of new things to try. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. It really does make a big difference, and I know it takes time out of your day to go do that. So thank you so much again. Like I said, I mentioned this on my regular weekly episode too, but I thought since it was specifically related to meal plans, it'd be appropriate to share this here too. And thank you again for leaving that review. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, October 21st. For Saturday, we're going to be doing cheesy, crispy chicken. For this one, I don't have a link to share for the actual recipe. It's just a recipe I have. I don't have like the link to wherever the source of it was, but I will post how to make this recipe in my blog post. But pretty much what you do is you just take boneless chicken breast and you dip it in milk and Ritz crackers and shredded cheese. I think it actually tells you to dip it in the I think it tells you to, it says to dip it in the milk and then the shredded cheese and the Ritz crackers. But what I actually do is I just dip it in the milk and then the Ritz crackers, and then I just top it with the shredded cheese because I think it's easier than trying to like dip it in the shredded cheese. But either way, and then you bake it in the oven in a 9x13 dish for about 35 minutes. So we're having that, and then we're also having Sarah's rice pilaf, which is from allrecipes.com. It's just a simple basic rice pilaf recipe, but I think it comes out really good. So I will be making that to go with the chicken, and then we'll also do some frozen vegetables, whatever steam fresh type variety I happen to have in the freezer. I'll just throw that in the microwave, and that can go with the meal quickly. For Sunday, I'm going to be doing bacon and sausage stuffed acorn squash. This is from SavvySavingCouple.net. I made this once last year, and it was really good. It's basically you cut open an acorn squash, like you cut an acorn squash in half, and you stuff it with a mixture of, it's like apples and bacon, and it calls for celery and onion, but I don't think I put those in, just because I don't normally put those ingredients in my food because we don't really eat onions and I'm not a huge fan of celery. But either way, it's got celery, onion, spinach, Italian sausage, breadcrumbs, brown sugar, and you stuff the acorn squash with that and bake it in the oven, and it comes out really good, and it's really like kind of a cool looking food. Like it looks like a typical fall recipe that you would see like in a magazine or something. So we're going to be doing that for Sunday. For Monday, I'm going to be doing quick baked chicken parm, which is from allrecipes.com. This is just a recipe where you take chicken breast and you bread it and you bake it in the oven and top it with mozzarella cheese and sauce, just like it sounds, a very quick, simple baked chicken parm. And then I'm going to be making some spaghetti on the side to go along with that. For Tuesday, this is one of our meal rotation nights, so we do some type of Mexican theme meal every Tuesday. This week we're going to be doing cheesy chicken nachos from realsimple.com. It's just a typical nacho recipe. Lay out some tortilla chips on a baking dish, top with shredded rotisserie chicken, or you can also just use shredded chicken breast, cheddar cheese, bake it, and then you serve with whatever toppings you like. We like to put out some salsa and some avocado, sour cream, and trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. But anyway, you put out whatever toppings you like, and everyone can kind of make their own nacho plate. For Wednesday, we usually do seafood. This week we're doing easy shrimp scampi. This is from spendwithpennies.com. This is just a really quick stovetop shrimp scampi recipe, and I will make some pasta on the side to go with it, like either like a linguine or something like that with butter and olive oil. So that, and you just kind of cook up the shrimp in the pan and then boil the pasta on the side, and then just kind of either mix it together or just have it separate, and everyone can kind of put some of the shrimp scampi either on the side or on top of the pasta. For Thursday, we are doing scrambled eggs and turkey bacon and I keep saying greasy spoon home fried potatoes, but that's not what I really mean. That's what the name of the recipe is that I kind of use as a guide. But really what I do is I just take some peppers, potatoes, and onions, and I dice them up and put them in the air fryer and cook them up until they're to the consistency that we like. So essentially we're doing breakfast for dinner. I forgot to say the title of what we were doing for Thursday. So Thursdays we usually always either do breakfast for dinner or soup, because I go grocery shopping that night, so I just try to keep the meal prep pretty quick and easy. So that's what we're doing for Thursday. Friday, we have another family birthday dinner. You're going to hear a lot of these during these fall into winter months. We have a lot of family birthdays, so we will be going out to dinner. So I do not have a meal to share for Friday. I don't have a meal to put on the meal plan for that day, because this is my actual meal plan for my family. So if there's no meal plan, then unfortunately I don't have one to share with you. So I don't have one for that day. So that's it for this week's meal plan. Like I said, you can find this and all other previous meal plans on my website with links to any recipes that were mentioned here today. You can find them on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.